Good morning and welcome back to Kortbroek in Kaalvoet. So, what's happening today? I'm going to go through the battlecraft I've been fishing off, what I like about it, then we're going to go over to why I am changing my battlecraft for the new season. So let's start out first. Why did I set up the craft as I set it up, as you see it here today? So basically got my rods out of the way so that I can have two tackle boxes on my craft. One that holds most of my soft plastics, this one holds all the tools, scales, everything that I don't really want to get wet when it rains on the water, as well as some hard baits, and it even holds a battery for my finder and so on. It also doubles as a storage for my trough and an anchor point for my net and trough. So let's start. The rods always on my left side. I have the rods on my left side because I'm a right-handed caster. I don't want any rods to be situated on the right side so that I don't hit them while I'm casting. You'll also see that I upgraded the rod holders, even put two on the crate. I think I can fish 8 rods on the boat comfortably, 9 if I really have to. I even have a small pipe here at the back for one rod to stand upright. Okay, so why do I like this boat? It's comfortable, it's quick to set up. It's a very simple design that makes it just so much easier to set up. Talking about the Pisces Predator, this is the big boy. This is the biggest pontoons that they actually supply, and this might be one of the reasons why I'm going to a bigger boat. The thing that makes these pontoons nice for me is because the net I use can fit over the pontoon, making so that I don't have to make a place for the net to lie. There's not a lot to say about the front. I think you can see quite clearly what I did here with my finder transducer. I just mount to the pontoon saddle, and that helps it, that gets it out of the way there. Then up next will be my trolling motor mount. I'm going to pull the boat a little bit forward so you can see a little bit clearer what's going on. For my trolling motor mount, I did a lot of upgrades on it so that it's a more stable platform. The mount itself doesn't come with on the standard frame, it doesn't come with a support at the back. So if you will come over this side, for here I added a support beam at the back because I use a gel battery, lead acid battery, so it's quite heavy. For that I also installed a wooden plank here at the back, nicely died everything, just to make it a little bit stronger. That also allowed me to put a box on the back. This box has my hand and my whole family's hand on it. Just a little bit of home going with me everywhere I go on the water. But this allows me to, for all my food for the day while I'm on the water, goes in here. And then the battery trolling motor goes on the back. You'll see that this did not have a very stable platform. I had to put in braces so that it's a more stable platform. Not much more to say about it. Here's the new boat in question. This is the Warthog. I think this is the Elite series, the biggest one they offer. As you can already see, it's a lot bigger, a lot higher boat. One of the reasons why I would like this is so that I can look down into the water a little bit better. Also, with me with my long legs, it actually helps to keep my feet out of the water. Also gives me a much nicer, much more room to kick. But as you can see, this is a standard craft, not set up for how I fish whatsoever. First of all, as you can see, rods are on the left, well, on the right side, and box on the left side. I don't like it like this. Also, the box is not enclosed. I like enclosed boxes just to keep rain, water, and all of that off my boxes, and also have somewhere I can put stuff down on. There's no space in here. So the one thing that I already see is going to be a problem is my net won't fit over the pontoons. So one of the upgrades we'll have to do is to get a place to put my net. Also, these rod holders looks very nice, looks much neater than the rod holders I've actually got on right now. But the problem with this is, if you can look, the rods are very close together. That makes it so that the rods at the back, the reels are constantly bumping against the rods. You're struggling to get them back into place when they're out. This one, you see, you need to maneuver it to put it back in. Where with my Pisces, it's just a lot quicker. I can show you, like, I can pull out any rod and push it just back in and clip it in. And it's ready to go. That one, there's just no space for reels. I like the fact that the rod holders, there's support beams all over this frame. It's a much sturdier frame than the Pisces. It's a little bit more of a mission to set up, but I'm pretty sure we'll get the hang of that really quickly. I like the fact that the rod holders are a bit further apart, making that the tips of the rod is more towards the more in the middle, or the rods are more in the middle of the craft, giving me more space in front to fish. And yeah, other thing that I did notice, but I think I've got a plan around that, is for the transducer for my finder. The mounting point might be a bit of an issue, as the pontoons actually go way past the frame. But I think I might have a solution for that. For the back of this craft, for the trolling motor mount, it's from the get-go, this is a new boat. Haven't done any upgrades to it as yet, but it's got a nice battery box on it. I might want to just reinforce the box. As you can see, it's quite loose. Don't know if it's really going to be a problem, but we'll have a look at that. Also, the mount for the trolling motor itself is integrated into the whole frame for the kick boat. So yeah, it's just already a much sturdier setup, much bigger setup, and I think it's going to be a big upgrade for the new season. I'm not discarding the Pisces whatsoever. I'm trying this boat out. I didn't pay anything for this boat, as this is a boat I won for biggest fish about 2 years ago, and only starting to fish off it now. Yeah, but this boat, the cooler box isn't actually here yet, but has straps down here. There's straps on the cooler box, and the cooler box fits nicely in there and just clips in. Also making it so that I can remove the cooler box and it's not fixed. My box where I'm going to put my food in is not fixed as on the Pisces. So yeah, The next videos you'll probably see is me converting this boat into a Frankenstein of that boat and doing it proper, as I'm actually quite a little bit late because the season is starting in 2 weeks and my first time fishing is next weekend, so I have a week to do this, but as I've got a full-time job, I've got today to do this. So let's see how it goes. Okay, let's start this project. First things first, we strip down the water hog to bare bones, get everything off, and then move everything from there to here and make our plans how to get everything set up here. Yeah. Okay, so let's start. First things first, this needs to go. Okay. Jack. That's not going to work. I think some magic is in order. So just set this thing to the magic setting, and wow, that was a bit too much magic, but it's stripped. Okay, let's get all of these rod holders out of the way. Even the box was gone. So next, let's remove all of this. You see this? You see this? It won't fit. That's what she said. Okay. Now, next thing. You see all of these ones on the faces, all connected with little elastic bands. But this box now needs to go somewhere there. This box also connected with elastics needs to go here. By putting it here, my cooler box won't fit. The cooler box needs to go that side. Also, those rod holders need to come off and go somewhere this side. I think there's more stripping involved here. See, if we can get these connection points for rod holders to move that side, that would work nicely. Luckily, all of these things are just bolted together with little flat bars, so that should not cause flathead screwdriver or flathead nut. So we're going to do that. This might be able to even, no, it won't pull out. But yeah, I think it might be easier just to move this whole piece to that side and this whole piece to that side, move those ones this side, including the two with the straps on for the cooler box. Let's do that next.
Few moments later.
Okay, so this is what I've got so far. Rod holders on. All I did is I moved the two bars on this side to that side. They had the rod holders itself had the same mountings on the Pisces as this one had on. The boxes have space now. Only thing about the boxes, I still need to figure out how I'm going to attach them on the boat so they don't go all over the place when the water's a bit rough. For the fish finder, the transducer, I put on basically the same system as I did, as the rod holders has. So I can lift it out of the water and put it back in. You can see it's starting a bit skew because it will go past the pontoon. They recommend about 10 to 20 centimeters in the water on the transducer. So this should be sufficient because the pontoons are also obviously going to go into the water. You can see here's my cooler box, nice and ready. Lacquer space in here. In this space, I think I'm going to try and make a plan for the net. I still need to mount a battery box. I've got an idea on how I'm going to do that. And then it's just a matter of mounting the boxes. So the boxes on the water hog, the crate that it had on was mounted with a little screw type thing. There's two threads on these two bars over here. So maybe for this one I can just drill holes through the box mark where they will be on the frame. Drill the two holes through the box at the bottom and tighten them with those screws. For this side, I am not sure yet. I'm thinking of just using a bungee like I did on the last one. I've got two bars that's close enough to the edges where I can mount the bungee. I think that might be the best way to go with the boxes, to get the boxes on and stable onto this thing. Look, it's not loose, it is quite resilient, but let's rather just be safe than sorry. And then the battery box, I might inlay the battery box a bit into the frame so that the battery sit lower than on the chair, so I can still have space, because I do put my life jacket on my chair, so it just keep a little bit of space. So yeah, I think that might be the plan for the rest of the video. Let's see how I can make that work. Okay, so here we've got it. Full rebuild on the warthog. As you can see, moved rods, got both my crates. net is kind of secured in here. I haven't really figured that out. I have 8 rods on the boat. Battery mount, I didn't really touch on too much. Got my motor on, trough is on. I made the transducer on for the fish finder. I made so it can go up and down depending if we're in grass or not. And yeah, this is the full rebuild. I have to say that I like the cooler box much more than just that normal other plastic box. I can actually throw ice in here and keep my stuff cold. It's the worst thing ever if you're on the water and you only have hot stuff to do. So, but yeah, nice big pontoons and nice stable frame. So, I hope you guys are as excited as I am for this upcoming season. I'm gonna test this thing out at Bitbunk. Will probably be the next video you see on this, and then I'll probably see you at the next comp, which is Boskop leg 1 of 2026. Hopefully we can do a little bit better than last year. Also have some more videos planned, some surprises as well, not just bass fishing. Thank you, and hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Please like and subscribe.